haven't been to the US, but we'd be very happy to. Quite honored, actually, to visit in such cases. Abdullah, that's a great question. That's a really good question. And I've thought about this. I've thought about different ways. I've thought about hosting things here. I've thought about hosting things for executives, executives only. I've thought about going somewhere and doing a meet and greet. But like, where would I do it? Like, you look at my chat, like there's so many people from all over. Like, where would I host it? You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a tough question. Right now I'm enjoying what I'm doing. But yes, I have thought about this, and at some point, maybe I'll do that. I don't know. It's a good question. But right now I'm just enjoying what I'm doing. I think I'm still providing value to all of you guys, right? Because I still want to do that. I still want to keep growing. There's some membership goals or, follower goals that I want to meet. There's some sponsorship goals I want to meet, right? I mean, I'd like to get some sponsorship behind this. And then I also have my own personal goals. I have my own personal health and other pursuits that I want to do. So, that's in the mix somewhere. If you guys have other ideas, let me know in the chat, right? I mean, as it stands now, if I was going to do a meet and greet, I'd probably have to do it somewhere in Northern Africa or something, right? Because that's where a lot of my viewers are concentrated, or maybe something in India, or maybe something here in the US. Who knows? I don't know. We'll have to see. But thanks for the question. Rahul says, thank you. You're welcome. Just trying to provide as much information as I can. Lord M77 says, I'm from Sudan. Okay, cool. Welcome. Did you ask me a question previously, Lord? I don't think so. Okay. Well, welcome, Lord M. Gamudisa says, how would you choose the DS specialization like neural networks or NLP or LLMs, etc.? I'm fairly new to the field. You're going to have to just try it. There's really no way to pick ahead of time. You're going to have to just try it and say, okay, let me do a couple of neural network projects. Let me work a couple of NLP projects. Let me work a couple of computer vision projects. Let me work some signal processing projects, right? And just try them, right? And keep in mind, not all of those are mutually exclusive, right? A good number of NLP projects are also neural network projects, right? Most NLP problems can be solved with neural networks. They're used in a different way, different inputs and additional inputs. But NLP is also neural networks, right? So it's not like they're going to be always mutually exclusive. You're not going to be so siloed as you might be in other things. But you're just going to have to try it. Yeah? Just going to have to try it. There's really not a lot of ways to do that, okay? So General Johnstone says, I am from Sangli, India. Welcome. I think it's your first time, so welcome. Akash says, hi, I'm Akash from Bangalore, India, and I'm currently working as an associate research analyst and have a bachelor's degree in information science and engineering. Very cool. Very cool. What kind of research? Like academic or for a company, medical? I'm curious. Let us know if you're comfortable with that, Akash. I'm curious to know. So T-Tall has just said they were on the East Coast and they said DC Metro. Okay, T-Tall. That's not 100% accurate. I don't know if you know this or not, but plenty of people in the US would be offended that you said you were from the East Coast. DC is not the East Coast. DC is the mid-Atlantic region, sir. So, yeah. Just say you're from DC. What are you? You work for the CIA or something? You're undercover? Nobody cares. We're just sharing the city that you're from, okay? Akash says, I was thinking of pursuing a master's in data science in the USA. Was just curious about the prerequisites or foundation requirements for masters in data science, especially in mathematics and statistics. It depends. This is something I haven't really thought a lot about. And my initial gut reaction to you is to tell you that It depends on the program and their curriculum. Because some of them will give you an intro, or like a, I don't want to say intro, but like a base level statistics course. Others won't. So it depends on the curriculum you pick. For me, I was fortunate. My graduate studies were in applied statistics, and the very first course was an applied statistics course. I don't think that was a requirement. No, I think it was. I think the curriculum required you to start with that. And I'm really grateful for that, because that gave me a lot of the foundational skills I was going to need for the rest of the program. So check your curriculum. If it doesn't have that, then I would recommend that you seek out some sort of a graduate level statistics or applied statistics course, because I think that's going to give you a good basis. And I say that because you're going to need things like hypothesis testing, z-testing, t-testing, and that's about it, right? You need to walk away with an understanding of those three. And not necessarily how to do exactly all of those, but more like the underlying reasons, right? Like, why are you doing hypothesis testing? Like, why does that exist? What numbers go into that? And then you also want to understand, numerical distributions and things like that, right? Like, to me, that's the greatest understanding that I had going into data science studies, and after this course was, and this goes for everybody, by the way, right? Your biggest understanding for anything you do in data science is that numbers do not live alone. Numbers are always part of a range, of an average, of a mean, of a distribution, right? Like, to me, that's the scientific approach to numbers. Like, you should never say, oh, okay, the answer is 47, great. Well, I mean, who cares, right? Is that a big number, small number? Is it normally distributed? Is it skewed? Like that's like when you're thinking in those terms, now you're like a data scientist, right? So Akash, that's what I would recommend to you, right? To get your, if your program doesn't require it already or have it, like as a first semester type of thing, get a foundational understanding of applied statistics. And I'm also saying that because that should give you enough of the math, because I know you also asked about the math, right? I don't see a huge need for a dedicated math course, as a prep for it, because you're probably going to get some along the way. But the applied statistics should give you enough to, get you going. Okay? Felipe, let us know where you're from, okay? Casual Economist, our good friend, is back. Casual Economist says, the meet and greet should be in Minneapolis. So for those of you who don't know, Casual Economist is in Minneapolis. So this is what us professional data scientists call a biased view. So he's slightly biased, right? So if you guys want to sound like, like a professional data scientist that knows what he's doing, this is what's known as a biased entry in the data. That's funny. Islam, I think it's your first time here.